Thank you, Flavio, for sharing with us about you. I will explain a little bit about TNT. I think Duda have explained to you before, but I will explain again, just a little explanation. And basically, we have a lot of conversations in the week about, I forget the language, but I think it's 5 or 6 languages, like Portuguese, Italian, Dutch, French, English, Spanish, and you just have to come here with us to subscribe on the website and to talk, to practice. You don't need to be expert or like a teacher, a professor to talk with us, but you just have to have interest in talk another language, okay? And that's how we work. So we start the conversation and put the questions, and now we are also in live on YouTube. The people that will be here in the main room with me will be also in the live, and the people that will go to the small rooms, because we have 20 people, we can't be everyone in the same room. These people will not be on live, just in the end of the conversation. Okay, guys, we are already on live. I will send the questions on the chat. That's the question. And I will just ask for you 2 minutes to organize the small rooms, just a little bit, because we have a lot of people and I need to organize this. Just a minute. Hey guys, I already have the rooms created. We will be divided in 4 rooms, this main room and more 3 rooms. Flavia will be here with me because it's the first time here. And the people that will move to the small room will see in your screen the invitation, just accept. And the people that are not seeing the invitation will be also here with me, okay? So have a good conversation. If you have some problems, just tell me in the ask button, help button. And that's all. I think let's see, 10 minutes to the end of the conversation of the time, I will bring you all to all here, okay? So that's it. Have a good conversation and see you. Okay, guys, so let's start the conversation. In the main room, I will be with Jefferson, Flavia, and Gabriele. It's a pleasure to have you all here. So let's start. Before we start the answering the questions, let's start with presentations. Okay, so first of all, my name is Marcos. I am 20 years old. I am a law student. I also live in São Paulo, and I am a Spanish and English host here. I am a Spanish host on Tuesdays at the same time. So if you wanna talk in Spanish with me, just come there. And that's it. What about you, Gabriele?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Gabriele. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Rio. I am a student of social work, and I love being here. It's really nice to me, and it's a pleasure to be with you.
What about you, Jefferson?
I'm Jefferson. I'm from Goiânia, Goiás. I'm 63 years old. I'm economist, and I'm a professor of Catholic University of Goiás. And I'm enjoying TNT.
That's great, thank you. And about you, Flavia? Tell your age, your name. Your name we don't need to know because we already know, but what do you do in your life? You have talked before, but tell us again, please. You are muted. Your microphone is turned off.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
I am an architect. I have 57 years old. I am a teacher in the Federal University from Rio de Janeiro. I am from Rio de Janeiro as well. I have one daughter and one son. We live here in Rio de Janeiro. Now I'm teaching architecture by computer, no, by internet. I don't know how can I say this. And I'm doing some projects as well of houses. I love to do this. It's very nice to stay with us. No, you. Sometimes I change and I think always in French. Okay, I will change this, and that's it. And now I have to do some lectures in English, because I finished my doctoral in the university, and when you finish this stage of teacher, everybody invites you to do one lecture, and now this will be how can I say normal in my life. Speak about architecture. Speak about which I do my research with the students, and I have to practice too much. I have to be hot with the English. Okay, that's it. I am here to do this.
Perfect, Flavia. Thank you for sharing with us. That's an interesting thing you are doing in your life, and it's a pleasure to have teachers here. I am very, very interested about this because I'm too younger, yes. And I can learn a lot with you guys. And welcome, Talita. Are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, I'm late.
No problem. We are just on the presentations. Can you present yourself for us, please?
Yes. Okay, I'm Thalita. I live in Ceará, Aquiraz, Ceará. Aquiraz is a small city, very close to Fortaleza. And it was the first capital of Ceará. And I'm 31. I'm married. I'm a master's student, and I've been here in CNP since last year. And that's it. Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Perfect, Talita. Thank you for sharing with us. And okay, guys, so let's start the conversation. I will send the questions again for you, Talita, just a minute. And starting with the question number 1, what comes to mind when you hear about indigenous or native people in Latin America? What do you think? What comes to your mind? What do you have to express about this? Jefferson, what comes to your mind?
Well, first people, the natives. And I remember now Christopher Columbus in 1492, I think it's 1492. I remember my mind about exploitation, a lot of exploitation, the religions, exploitation, and Christopher Columbus exploitation, and then the colonization try to have been colonized about a lot of traditions, dress, religion, languages, and a lot of things. And then, as we saw in the movie now about the conquest. I'm very grateful about this conquest.
Yeah, that it's the same with me. I just remember about Columbus and Álvares Cabral here in Brazil, and about the story of United States, the native people, colonization. It's just like me. And about you, Gabriele, what do you think about it?
I think it's a topic with a huge importance. I was watching a video yesterday about it, and a guy that is indigenous, he was saying that the meaning of indigenous, that when we have, for example, an alien in Portuguese, like alienígena, it's someone apart from our world. But when we are talking about indigenous, it means like people that live inside some space. It's the same of being native, but I thought it's an interesting view about it, because when to have this in mind that indigenous people, they are people that are native from the field, from that kind of part of territory, location. So they are really important for the preservation of nature and things like that. And I try to think in a different way, not in the way of the colonizer, I don't know. I try to think more about in the perspective of the native people. That is it.
Thank you for sharing with us. And about you, Talita, what do you think about this?
I think in diversity, especially related to the languages of indigenous languages. By the way, I was preparing a paper and I'll write about this. I was doing a lot of research about, not especially about indigenous. They were an example. And I found that they have more than 2,000, 200 different languages. I think it's 237 or more. But there are more than 200 different languages and more than 300 different ethnies. I don't know if it's the correct word, ethnies. I'm not sure.
Ethnics, I think. I also don't know.
Yeah. So what comes to my mind is exactly that diversity. It's a lot of languages and cultures and customs. So I think that's it.
Perfect. And about you, Flavia, what do you think about this? You are muted again. Your microphones, turn it off.
Oh my God. I'm so tired. It's the end of the week for me, no? That's why I spoke a lot. No, I am a teacher, no? Like you, no? And I take this time for me, 5 o'clock in Friday. Okay, it's time for me to move, sing for me, to me, when you when I'm thinking about indigenous, I think about what I study in French Polynesia. I have done my doctorate in French Polynesia in Tahiti. I lived there for years to study the indigenous of French Polynesia. And it's very difficult because we are occidentally. The thing is how we arrive, how we think, how we speaking. When we wanted to study this, the people arrived here in the first, it's very difficult to arrive with them because everybody think that you arrive to take the things of them, not to take the ideas, to take the design, and to take all the cultural things. To study with this, it's not very simple, but because you have to arrive, you have to be calm. We have to be how to know wait the thing. Well, the first 2 years it was very difficult to understand everything in Polynesian, in Tahiti, because I have spoken with the indigenous there. The name is the Maori of the Triangle Polynesian, that's Hawaii, New Zealand, French Polynesian, and Pasqua Island. I don't know how can I say this. And it's the Maori, the people of this area. It's in the Pacific Ocean. A lot of water, because everybody there a long time ago was discovered by a little boat, canoa. How can I say canoa? Everybody know how to drive in the ocean, and the very huge ocean is not very easy to do that, and Tahiti is it in the end of the world, it's very far from here. And when I arrived there to study the culture, the architecture technique, because I would like to know the vernacular architecture of Tahiti.
Just a question. We must answer the question. Sorry, but you are talking all the time because we need to talk too. 11 minutes talk.
No,
sorry.
But
we need. Sorry, but we need to answer the question. You're talking a lot. Everybody needs to talk here. We have 10 questions.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hey Jeff, don't worry about it. Flavia, also, it's just we have 1 hour to talk and we have to answer 10 questions. So let's talk, let's answer the questions, but I'll also let the people answer the questions too, okay? And be safe, quiet.
I was answer. I was answer the question. It's
yeah, we know.
No, I was answer the question. I think for him, no, because it was very boring for him, but for me, it's not boring, Okay, it's not nice.
No, no, it's not. It's not
No, it's not
boring. We
nice.
love your answer. Be
Oh.
relaxed. Be relaxed. Be relaxed. Let's go. Okay, let's go to the question
No,
number two.
let's him now speaking. He wants to speak. I think it's very
No,
nice.
he will answer the question after. Okay,
Wants
let's
to
go to
speak.
the question number two now. That is, do you have indigenous ancestors? Guys, it's a hard question. We don't need to know if we have indigenous, really indigenous ancestors, but if you remember, or if you know someone that have these ancestors, just tell for us, share for us this experience, okay? And let's start with Talita. Do you remember?
Maybe all of us have indigenous ancestors, so maybe we have unknown indigenous ancestors. But my father used to say that his great grandmother was indigenous, but he didn't know her. But it was her. I'm sorry, it was his. Oh my goodness, his grandmother that told him about her. But because it's a little confused when we use mother, grandmother, great grandmother. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, but that's it.
Perfect. And if you have ancestors that are not indigenous but are from another country, just tell for us. For example, if you have Italian ancestors like this, just tell for us. And Gabriele, what about you?
I think my grandfather is from Portugal, but I only know about this, and I think a grandmother is from no, I don't remember. It's somewhere from Europe, but right now I can't remember. Sorry.
No problem, no problem. And about you, Jefferson?
No, I have no one indigenous ancestor. I did my DNA and I discovered my ancestor come from Europe, from Portugal and Spanish.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. How about you, Flavia?
Sorry, I don't like what Jefferson said. I think it was very aggressive. How can I say again? How can I say aggressive? It's not nice, this. I don't like to be with a person like that. Sorry about that. I am here to speak, to stay calm, and Marcus don't said to me that I have only 1 minute or 2 minutes or 10 minutes to speak. I don't know that. No, I speak with my heart, what I think, what
Hey, Flavia.
my
It's
experience. No,
what was my
yes.
mistake? Was my mistake? I actually have not said to you that we have
Yes,
to
I don't
answer the
know that.
questions, and we have
Yes,
it's
I
not
don't know
like
this.
time to answer the questions, but we have to let the people answer. And I have not said to you, it's my failure, so sorry for that. And if you are not okay to be in this room, I can move you to another room. Also Jefferson and someone that are not okay to be here, just tell me. But guys, we are only speaking, only talking, so don't will be turn this
Okay,
place
I understand. I
unsafe.
want to stay with you, Marcos. I want to stay with you, with Gabriele.
Okay, thank you.
No, that is it.
Okay, thank you for this.
Is it?
Okay, guys, so let's go to the question number 3. That is, do you think America was discovered or found? That's a good question, because we have the two minds about this. You like, some people have said that America was found by the indigenous people, and then oh my God, I am confusing now everything. But you know what I am saying? We have these two mindsets about the discovery of America. So tell us about, what do you think, and what do you agree? And let's start with Flavia. What do you think about it? You are a teacher, so I think you have these I don't know, these classes about the discovery of America. You know, like Indigenous, the people. Tell us about this, please.
Now we are I started to study the indigenous people from Brazil. I know about the indigenous people from French Polynesia, okay? We just started to study all the indigenous nation in Brazil. I know that we have a lot of nation. I know Krenak, know that you speak a lot of things, nice things, no? But I'm just started to study this. I'm just started. I don't know a lot about that.
Perfect, not a problem. We are just trying to discover more about this. I actually don't know a lot about indigenous people, but I am very curious about this.
I'm curious as well. I'm curious as well.
That's okay. It's good to be curious about this. And about you,
Yes.
Gabriele, what do you know about the discovery or founding of America? What do you think about it?
So I'm also curious about this kind of stuff. I really like this topic, but I don't know that much. But I think it's perspectives. So it's not that one is wrong, but it's perspectives. So we have the same thing, the same situation, but from one view, like the European side, it was a discovery. But from the indigenous people, they saw it like it was found by the Europeans, because they were there at first. In the beginning, they were there. So I do think that it was just found by the Portuguese people and the Spanish people, but I do think that the native people have like the origin of this space, and that's because they should be respected. It's, of course, we are going to accept that diversity, but not that. That's what I think. In my point of view, I don't accept this ethnocentric view, like it was discovered. No, nobody discovered it. It was just found for me. But I think it's one of various perspectives. So it's okay.
I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you. I don't like the ethnocentric perspective and the Eurocentric perspective. I think they are just trying to have conquerors and, you know, the power, and that's all. I don't agree with this also. And Jefferson, what do you think about this? You are silenced. The microphone is turned off. You can't turn on the microphone?
I'm trying. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Just a little problem. First of all, I think the indigenous people was the first peoples in America. So they are Aboriginal people. They are native people. So it's found, no? And they were colonized. It's very important, with beliefs, of racial and religious superiority. That's terrible for us, and a lot of exploitation. I know a lot of this, and that's it.
Perfect. I totally agree with you. They are the first, so they are not discovered because they was there. And about you, Talita, what do you think about the discovering or founding about America?
I'm sorry. I'm here again. It's because I was eating. I'm sorry.
No.
I think that it's like an eternal quarrel about this. If America was discovered or was found, and I think that it doesn't matter if it was found or discovered, because for me it's the same thing. The question is who discovered, who found first, and we know that was the two words in the indigenous nations. We don't know exactly when. So it can also, America can also be was found again. I don't know. But for sure, it was found or discovered first by the indigenous and not by the Europeans.
Yes, of course. When we discover, we already fine, but the found conception here is about the second found. Like when the Portuguese are navigating and coming there. That's it.
I just was kidding about this.
No problem. That's normal. Okay, that's a polemic question here. In your country, indigenous people have their rights preserved? And I first of all want to know if someone is here, it's from another country from that are not Brazil, or all Brazilians here? Okay, I think our Brazilians. Okay, so tell us your perspective about the indigenous rights here on Brazil. Okay, what do you think about it? And Jefferson, can you start, please? Muted again.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened with me now. Okay, we have a large territory. The territory is divided for indigenous for a long time, that they conquisted. That's very important. But nowadays, we used to saw a lot of terrible things by newspapers, by papers, about the right preserved. And for example, Amazon, for me, it's terrible. They are trying to take off, to get out the territories of the indigenous. For me, this is terrible. So I think the rights is not preserved as the right way.
Yeah, thank you for sharing with us. And Talita, what do you think about it?
I'm sorry. Just let me read the question again. Okay. I believe that
Sorry, are you there? I think the connection of Talita have dropped. Yeah. Okay, so let's skip to Gabriele. Tell us about the question, Gabriele, please.
Okay. So I kind of study about it. It's not only about indigenous people, but it's like from social and environment stuff. So I kind of know a little bit about it. So we have in the Federal Constitution of 1988 the rights of the indigenous people there. we also have some declarations, some papers like official documents that tells about the rights from indigenous people. So we have a lot of like these conventions, you know, about this kind of thing, because they just, while they discuss the environment stuff, they discuss about the first people in these spaces. So they defend the right of these people. But unfortunately, in reality, in like daily life, unfortunately, indigenous people, they are being continue, like the past continues nowadays, unfortunately being pursued, and the right of living, it's not being guaranteed. Unfortunately nowadays they are really dying, like from poverty, like hunger, because I don't know how to say, like mineração, garimpo, this kind of stuff.
Oh, I also don't know.
It's affecting all the environment they live. And although they have the right to be like, to have a, I don't know, like demarcação, like a space that is their right to be in that place, and not be stolen from anyone, like any company or stuff like that. Although they have this right, it's not preserved. So nowadays, unfortunately, we see that people, companies, the government are not respecting it, you know, like, and with all this pandemic, this situation is getting worse, but it already was really bad, and it's like a continuation of really tragedy, I think. But
Yes, and in this government, the all of this is getting very worse, you know, because we had the leader of environment of the government being arrested in a few months ago. That is Ricardo Salles, and we have a president that don't like indigenous people and lands people, lands for indigenous people, you know. So that's really bad. And Flavia, what do you think about this? What is your perspective about this problem here in Brazil?
I think the same of you. No, the Brazilian indigenous people don't have the rights preserved. No, don't have space to speak. They don't have the space to live. No, the culture of indigenous people is so different of us. No, and I think as well, now all the Brazilian indigenous people started to speak, started to have a place to speak, started to have a place to how can I say, to have a place to say and preserve, start this. But I think they have to have more and more space because the indigenous people know how to live. I think the how can I say, the indigenous people, the white people, no, they say like that, no, the white people doesn't know to live, doesn't know to eat, and I think in the world now have a lot of problem of the environment, and the indigenous people know how to live in the environment, no, and I think the white people have to learn with them, have to learn with them, and change a lot of things to live. Is it?
Yes, they have a lot of knowledge to
Yes,
tell us.
yes, I think
I
that.
agree with you. I agree. Okay, guys, so let's go to the question number 5. This will be the last question of the conversation today. Okay, so the rest of the questions, I think I will make a part 2 of this topic after the next weeks. Okay, so you all are invited to come here again to talk about this. And going to the question number 5, do you support the protection of indigenous lands in your country, or you believe that lands should be better used? That's a polemic question too, but tell us about what about you think this. And Gabriele, what do you think about it? You think we can improve the lands, or we have to take to the indigenous people?
Of course, we just hide them like in a box, put them aside, and construct. No, I'm kidding. Of course, no. Of course not. We need to protect lives, right? I think it's like a human right to be preserved. Everybody should understand that it's about lives, and it's about the origin, tradition, and these people were here before than us, so they have their rights to be guaranteed. If they weren't in the past, now we need to do that. So I cannot understand some people that try to kill people, to construct companies, to extract, exploit from the nature. This way, we are only destroying the earth. That's what I think. I think it's like a tragedy. But yeah, we need
That's
to.
That's a good position. Thank you for sharing with us. And about you, Flavia, what do you think about the indigenous lands here in Brazil? Your microphone.
Yes, the audio.
Sorry about that. I think the same of Gabriele. I think the same. The land of indigenous people is the land for the indigenous people. It's not for me. No, and I am another culture. I know how to live in this culture, and he know how to live in their culture. No, it's two things different. No, you can't think. We can't think about indigenous people like the white people, because the thing is very different. You can't think in the same way, the same language, the same thinking. It's very. I try to understand. Is it? I try to understand. No, I try to understand.
And it's hard to understand this.
It's very hard. No, it's very hard.
Yeah,
It's deep.
yeah.
And I have my place, and he has his place. Is it?
Perfect. And Jefferson, what do you think about the indigenous lands? Tell us your opinion about this.
Okay, I think they must to maintain the traditions, maintain the medicine, maintain the foods, maintain the languages. It's very important to support this, because if you don't do this, we're going to devastate our first peoples.
Perfect opinion. We have more people coming back, so let's wait. Just the room number 3. Okay, the people are coming back. Okay, welcome aboard, people. How was the conversation for you? I will ask for you one people of each group because we have 3 groups today. Okay, so answer a little bit fast because we have just 8 minutes to the next conversation that was Spanish. That is Spanish with Lorena. So answer for us first, Gabriel Lino. How was the conversation for you?
The conversation was amazing. We talked about Indigenous people, and yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Thank you, Gabriel. And about you, Wanda?
Yeah, a really good conversation, a difficult subject to chat in Portuguese. In English, very difficult, but amazing. Really interesting. Thank you.
Yes, yeah. It's very hard to talk about this in English, you know. And that's the purpose today. We have to challenge ourselves, you know, to talk about difficult topics. So that's what I brought this topic today. And Talita, how was the conversation for you? Your microphone is turned off.
Hi. My first time here, and I'm initiating. I don't speak so much, but I'm a student. Thanks, I love it.
It's your first time. I did not know. Oh, perfect. Okay, Talita, thank you for coming here with us. Thank you also, Flavia, to come here with us. It's a pleasure to have you two here. And I expect you come back again in the next conversations, okay? I will send 2 links in the chat to you guys. Oh my God, just a minute. Oh, I forgot the link of the English Telegram. Oh my God. Okay, guys. Someone here have the link of the Telegram, the English Telegram worldwide. I really forget the link.
I'm afraid I don't have it.
Oh, okay, guys. I think you can find the Telegram link in the website of eAprendi. I have sent to you here in the chat the link page of WhatsApp. If you have interest to join the WhatsApp group, just go there. And if you wanna go to the Telegram group, just search on eAprendi, okay? And if you have some doubts about the works of these conversations of the next weeks, okay, Giovanna, thank you very much. Thank you. The Telegram group is free, people, so just go there and talk in English with other people, okay? I am also in this group, so if you want to talk with me, just call me there. And I have to advise you, first of all, the next 2 weeks, I think I will not be here in the conversations with you guys because I will pass in a surgery, so I will be recovering about this. So I don't know if someone's will subs me or the conversation will be turned off for this two weeks. Okay, but that's all. Thank you all to come here today and have a good night. Goodbye, people.